get closer, but we'll see.
You have to get real close. But yeah, so we're gonna basically see his attempt at ASMR and also learn about Canadian stuff because Canadian stuff is cool. So yeah, go ahead. You can introduce yourself if you'd like.
Okay, well, I'm a Canadian. As previously described, that's the only important fact about me. I don't really like hockey, so immediately people are gonna hate me.
I should have told you to say
That's
that.
the most important fact about me besides being a Canadian, and I think we can end it there, probably.
Okay, we're ending it.
I'm probably gonna get kicked out of my country. So my name's Cam, and I've lived in Canada most of my life. I did try living in other countries, and you know what? There's something about the cold. They were just too hot. I had to come back. I think my internal body temperature didn't regulate properly until I got back into the snow.
As you can see, I am wearing a jacket, and he's not, so...
Sweater. One Canadian fact. What would you call this hat?
I would call this a beanie.
Incorrect. Proper title of that hat is actually Duke. And considering Canadians wear them the most, we get to name them. Sorry.
That's fair, although it does get cold in other places around the world. You realize that, right?
As cold.
It can be colder in some, like Europe. It gets, okay, Iceland.
I'll give it to Europe and Iceland. I thought Greenland was more north, though.
Greenland is probably the coldest place.
Siberia.
The Arctic.
Yeah.
In the spirit of this Canadian video, I also wanted to show off my Canadian egg.
Did they give that to you when you entered the country?
No, I made it myself.
Okay.
I painted it.
That explains some of the corners.
This is, okay, the haters are gonna hate. This is a Canadian leaf, which is the symbol of Canada. The maple
It's
leaf.
on the flag, yeah.
The maple leaf.
Oh, and I don't actually know what's in it. It's just delicious.
Well, it's chocolate and nuts.
Yeah, and there's also like a nougat or like caramel, whatever, inside.
What do Canadians say? Caramel.
I have no idea. If you're gonna ask me that for every single word, I'm gonna start riots. So I'll get caramel. Every Canadian says caramel. What I say is the word. So it's full of nougat, caramel, chocolate, peanuts, and I didn't read the front, so I'm gonna go with that's everything. And it's really delicious. The best part is that you get to chew on it for like 20 seconds with every bite because it's really chewy. So it's like, not like those fake chocolate bars where you bite it and it's like gone in 5 seconds. This stays, and that's what makes it so good. You can have it.
I love O. Henry's. Would recommend.
Okay. And next I brought an arrow, and this is for me. Most people like just the regular ones, but I like the peppermint ones because I really like mint chocolate, which people have told me it tastes like you combine chocolate and toothpaste, and they're completely wrong. For me, I know that's subjective, but it's one of those tastes that I know a lot of people hate, but I'm like a huge fan of these. So you bite into it too, and it's green, which is like my favorite color. So I probably will eat almost any food dyed green. St. Patty's Day is like my favorite time of the year. Green beer tastes so much better.
Oh, it does taste so much better.
You can have that one too. That one I might want back. And the last one I brought is an Eat More. And this is a big one because that's all I had. And this is like, they say it's toffee, but it's like I wouldn't really call it toffee. It's more like a fudge with nuts, but not like a very rich fudge. Although if you eat this entire thing, you will feel it because it's still like massive.
I don't remember what that tastes like because it's been a while, but I remember not liking it that much. At least not as much as it's just too gooey for me.
That's like the best part. You chew on it for like an hour. This one chocolate bar, like what?
Eat more like eat less.
You can get a high five. But like that's the good thing with chocolate bars like this. Like it's not really chocolate, as you can see, but you like take a little bite and that thing sticks on your gums and stays with you.
Also, I'm repping Canada today as well. With this sweater. Just had to point that out. See? In the spirit.
I should probably be like tapping on more things or what? He's not doing anything. No, I don't think that's gonna be bad.
That sounded pretty good.
Like a bongo drum.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. Although I haven't heard bongo drums in a while, so.
Well.
Okay, let's talk about some Canadian words because there are a lot of different Canadian words compared to like what people in America would say. So I thought it would be fun to go over them. For example, bathroom or restroom. He's really upset about this.
So, we say washroom, and I've actually been in other countries and said washroom, and a lot of people seem to be very confused whenever I say washroom. And you go to Europe and they say what? Water closet, water toilet, like the toilet, like to me. And I've gone to the United States and I say washroom and they look at me like very confused. If you had to guess which room in your house was the washroom, I'm pretty sure you'd figure out it was the room with the sink and the toilet, but...
What about the kitchen?
Do you... You wash dishes there? Yes, I will give you that. But... kitchen is already used.
Okay.
When you go to the washroom, do you rest? Or do you wash things?
Maybe I shouldn't have started with that word. Okay.
Or do you bathe? Bathroom. That one makes sense.
Yeah. Bathroom. Okay, next word. Robe.
I'm not even aware what that's not supposed to be. Robe.
You guys say house coat.
I was not aware that that was even a different... Like, yeah, they're the same thing.
We don't say house coat.
You have to say a robe. Like when you wake up in the morning and put on a house coat or a robe, it's always a robe.
Yeah, Americans don't say house coat.
So if I said house coat, they'd be like, you're putting what on my house?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like maybe, like for the winter, your house needs a coat or something. Or maybe a coat of paint.
So, yeah, house coat. We're talking about paint. Distract them with the egg. I like it. Distract them from my anger with the egg.
This is Canadians angry at American words. Is how this is going.
A little bit so far.
Okay, next one. One of my favorites. Pasta.
Pasta. I don't know if that's strictly a Canadian thing. I'm sure some would agree with you that it's like pasta, but like most people I've been around just say pasta.
Have you ever met a Canadian that says pasta?
I feel like Italians would be the proper governing body on this question.
Okay, I know I have Italians who follow me, so Italians, let us know, is it pasta or pasta?
They're just gonna spell it the same and be like, it's gonna be like, it's P P-A-S-T-A, and nobody's gonna know.
No, you can spell things phonetically.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. How do you spell pasta versus pasta? A-U.
Well, if you were to do phonetically like that, you would probably do P-A-H-S-T-A-H for pasta. For pasta, it's probably like B-A-A-A-A.
No.
S-T-A.
One A.
Okay, there are also two specific Canadian words I want to talk about. One is A, not like the letter A in the alphabet, but like, how are you, A?
Yeah.
You okay there?
Yeah, no, this is like... I don't want to admit we say it,
Why?
but we do. Because it feels like one of those things when your older brother like points something out that's like he's making fun of you, or older sibling, and you feel like you need to stop doing it because people point it out. But we sadly do say A.
But it's cute. I like it.
Yeah, I know, it's cute being the operative word. Or not cute. But yeah, we do say A on occasion. I feel as though when I travel, I definitely say it more because I think people like to hear it. So when you go to a party
So you
and
purposely say it.
in different countries, probably, it's like subconsciously on purpose. Does that make sense?
You mean unconscious?
Subconscious.
Subconscious.
That's what I roll it back. I'm pretty sure that's what I said. But subconsciously, yes, I think we say it more when we travel because people, it's also like we want to clarify we're not American. So we want, like, we wear the Canadian flag and we might say A more because every time I've been greeted as a Canadian, it's a lot warmer than American.
But yes, it is true. Like traveling in Europe or something, it does seem like Europeans like Canadians more than Americans.
A little bit.
And then the other word I wanted to bring up is sorry.
What are you sorry for?
Well, the stereotype is that Canadians say sorry more than the average person. What are your thoughts on this?
It's probably true-ish. I do hear it a lot. Definitely if you're like walking down the street and you bump into somebody will say sorry, or even both people.
That's pretty standard though.
I think like in your like close friends and family and stuff, it might not be any more so than usual than your average person. It's more so like in public with strangers. A lot of people end up saying sorry more often. Also, apparently we say sorry differently.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
say
Yeah,
sorry.
sorry. Yeah, okay, I hear it now. And we'll never say it again. From this day forward.
Let's talk about Canadian money.
Yeah, give me that money. This is why I came. This is my pay. First, we'll go with the smallest denomination, a loonie, which is also $1. On one side, we have the Queen. And on the other side, it's supposed to be a loon. But this is like a commemorative dollar coin. So it's supposed to be a bird, which is a loon, which is why we call it a loonie. And it's $1. And it's, I guess, fun fact for you,
Yes.
we don't have pennies.
Oh yeah.
We got rid of pennies.
When did you get rid of pennies? Do you know?
7-8 years ago.
That's pretty recent.
Yeah-ish. There's probably still like millions of dollars of pennies floating around. Because I bet you everybody thinks they're going to go way up in price in like 20 years.
So that's the loonie.
That's the loonie. And then the toonie, because it's 2 loonies, it's $2. So it's got the same color in the middle and then silver on the outside. And then you still get the Queen on one side because she's smoking. And I don't mean that in the sense of like cigarette, I mean like the Queen's hot. And the other side, I guess it's Sir John A. Macdonald, who was our first Prime Minister. But I think this side changes all the time. I've seen like a whole bunch of different Canadian things. But we'll go back to the Queen side. So ASMR is just like move insanely slow at all times.
Yeah.
That is not my forte. Slow and soft.
How do you like ASMR so far?
It's difficult because I have to constantly focus on my voice, and I can't just pick up the coins. I have to like delicately touch them and will them into the camera view instead of just normally grabbing them.
Looney and the Dooney.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Looney and Dooney. Which when I heard about this being Looney and this being Dooney, I was like, oh, so together they're Looney Tunes. Looney Doonies.
I have not heard that joke before. Can I have my money? Thank you.
And then they do have bills as well. Like this. $10.
So try and rip it.
Oh yeah, it's like rip proof or something.
Yeah, it's like a polymer.
So you're telling me I can try?
Yeah, go for it, go nuts. It cost me $10. No, if you can do it, it's worth the $10.
I feel like I'm close, but not close. We're too scared. So unlike the American bill, the Canadian bill is rip-proof.
Unless, actually, so what I've heard is this thing in winter, if it gets like super cold, you can rip it.
Oh.
So it's like people
Is
have
it like frozen?
Well, yeah, like, I mean, it's still plastic. I don't think it like fully freezes, but like it gets closer to just like shattering more than ripping. But I've never seen it, but that's like probably a myth. Also, supposedly it smells like maple syrup.
Yeah, which I gotta test this theory out.
No, this one's old. That smells like a coin now because I've been messing with coins for an hour.
Yeah, it does smell like a coin.
Yeah. Just rub it with like the O Henry. Somebody's gotta dip it in syrup to fuel it.
But normally, they do smell like maple syrup on this little...
As all Canadians do. We're sweet people.
That's why they say sorry in A. This is the part that would smell like maple syrup.
I don't know if that's true either. I don't generally smell my money.
What? I thought you told me it is true.
That's what I heard.
I think I did smell a different bill before that smelled like it. Do you have you want to the bill to test it out?
Do you want a 5 or a 20?
Let's try it.
The higher denomination's gonna be better to smell.
Sweeter.
Yeah.
Sweet, sweet cash.
The more it's worth, the more likely it is. But our hands smell like coins is the problem, so don't scratch it. It looks like it would. Show the queen. That's a better picture of the queen.
I don't know.
Better picture of the queen.
It looks like this theory is getting debunked, though.
Well, don't research anything I've said, and nothing will be debunked. Nobody's allowed to do any research after this video whatsoever. Just comments. Everybody has to trust in the comments. The comments are the truth.
Also, a little bit about this guy is that he is a bookworm. So, feel free to share us some of that book knowledge and
Recommendations.
tap away on these books for us.
Okay, so I recently went to the library and picked up books, so it didn't have every book I wanted to share. So I was restricted in what I brought, but I do have authors that I enjoy at the very least, so it won't be the first editions. Okay. Anything by Brandon Sanderson, as you can see at the top. So first and foremost, I read a lot of fantasy, and Brandon Sanderson is amazing. As you can see, it's like a tome, like a big book. So you read his stuff when you want to get like lost for days in his stuff. You don't pick it up to be like, oh, quick, car ride, plane ride. It's like, this is like a vacation book, like I'm on the beach, all vacation reading. Is that any good? I gotta focus back on the ASMR.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Is it slower the better?
Slower the better.
So much work. People get paid for this.
Some people.
So I'm getting paid for it.
You already got your loony and toonie.
What about the threenie?
That's not a thing.
It's not a thing. Okay, 1,000 pages to turn. But so anyway, fantasy novels. This guy, Brandon Sanderson, writes amazing stuff. He also finished The Wheel of Time, which is like a 14-book series where sadly the original author passed away, but he's a really good author. All his books have like really cool power systems, so if you like reading stuff where it's like a unique powers and unique rules governing those powers, he's really good. He details how everything can be done. It's not like any of those magic systems where it's like anything can happen. He has explicit things that you can and can't do and rules, and I really enjoy that. Next one is Saga. Now, most people that read graphic novels probably heard of this one. And Saga is basically like Romeo and Juliet in space with a guy with the TV for a head.
I see.
Yeah, classic story. And it's like really crazy, really good, surprisingly romance in here. Sadly, they went on a hiatus. They plan to finish this, but there's no definite time. But you get 8 good novels or volumes, 8 good volumes out of this thing. So it's worth checking out. A lot of people love it. I chose this one because of the cool artwork.
You can also try, like, tapping on the page itself.
That's naked people. Be careful which page you pick.
This is a safe page.
Yeah, that's the seal. Yeah, that's a cute seal.
Almost got demonetized there.
You still mine.
You can try, like, tapping on these pages too, like this with the nails, or
I don't have nails.
then, like, with
Keep them short.
the fingers like that.
Yeah, exactly how she described
Okay,
it.
slower. Although some people do like really chaotic fast ASMR. As you can tell, he's something.
Canadian. I'm Canadian. You explain that to them. I'm Canadian.
He's Canadian. Okay, I think that's enough of that. Nerdy Canadians exist.
But we don't like hockey. That's the catch-22.
You mean you don't like hockey?
Well, all nerds. I speak for all nerds
really?
and Canadians.
All
Yeah.
Canadian nerds. You're telling me all Canadian nerds don't like hockey?
Yes,
Oh.
explicitly.
You should be careful what you say on the internet.
They don't know where I am.
Let's talk about some Canadian celebrities.
Okay.
Avril Lavigne.
Canadian.
No, you say one now.
Oh, okay. Avril Lavigne.
A different one.
Unspecified. I wasn't. Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
The Rock.
Wait. Really?
No, I don't think so. Absolutely not. He's Samoan.
Okay.
I wish he was Canadian.
Now I'm blanking on a bunch of other celebrities. There's a lot.
Nickelback guys, but I don't think we're proud of that one. Or Justin Bieber. Not so proud on that one. That's like ship him out, get him out of here type celebrity. of us suck. Much like any other country.
As you can tell, he has a very positive outlook on life.
Most are amazing. Most are amazing. Some can suck.
What should people that visit Canada know about Canada?
Really, like, all of Canada is pretty good to go. It will get cold, but it's a nice place to be. There's like Rocky Mountain. You can see everything here. There's Rocky Mountains. There's like the deserty parts of like Drumheller. You can go east. Maritimes are like super beautiful and lush and everything. BC is just amazing as well. I've never been super far north, but I haven't had a reason to yet. I've had friends work up north and they say it's a cool place. Just I hear there's less to do there, which makes sense. It's massive.
Okay, good to know. And how was it trying ASMR for the first time?
I was really good at it, as I'm sure everybody will remark.
Not cocky at all, is he?
It's part of doing ASMR, right? You have to be confident in yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure you all appreciate it.
Alright, well then, thank you so much for watching this Canadian try ASMR and teach us about Canadian stuff and life and book stuff. I hope
My
that...
favorite part was the books.
Good to know. Well, I hope that you have a relaxing rest of your day and flutters away.
Yeah, I'm helping.
Bye.
Bye. A.
A.
A. A.
B, C, D, E.
Okay, I knew somebody was gonna make that joke.